Era domingo, 4 decisiones. Mi madre nos nutría de linfa, hidromieles, se asomaba papá de veguero y visera, mangas cortas. Yo proponía ir más allá de los 4 tazones de café con leche. Hablaba de otras ciudades con muros sembrados de logaritmos y espirales al almuecín. Yo me iba. Y mi padre proponía el color esmeralda de las playas. Mamá temblaba. A sus anchas temblaba cuando nos íbamos los dos de casa, padre y varón, veteados en un revuelo de naftas y aceleraciones, los fotutazos de albricia descarada por el amanecer y el domingo, las mujeres en casa. Nos desnudábamos de pelo en pecho al llegar a las casetas y mientras digeríamos al sol el desayuno, mi padre recapacitaba acerca del árbol lila y los caramelos que robó de niño, su guante blanco de artillero polaco y el caftán orlado de arabescos policromos para días festivos, el raído caftán de peregrinaciones. Nadábamos un poco, hablábamos otro pedazo de aquellos profetas interinos que escogían a un niño, lo enseñaban a narrar y el niño aprendía de golpe, nunca jamás desfallecía. Nadaba mi padre como un perro lacio de agua y lo vi sonrojarse cuando habló de una amiga villaclareña, tembló y hablamos enseguida de su sombrero de nutria y el carromato pígneo de la guerra. Nada nos detenía ya y compartimos una mano de mamoncillos bajo la sombra de una yagua. Llamábamos al tamalero por su nombre y pensamos en casa, traeríamos a 2 manos el maní de los cucuruchos, llegaríamos 2 ráfagas de sal a casa. Mi madre me dio un beso que yo di a mi padre cuando besó a mi hermana, besamos el pan de flauta a la mesa y hundimos las manos en los bolsillos un momento para hacer silencio y 2 genuflexiones, comprobar un momento que éramos 4, el maestro y la noria, con el vidente y la noria, que no abriría en el suelo aún contra nosotros 4 un espacio. Nos quedan suelo y brisa, parsimonia y arena en la boca cuajada de canela, gofios y espléndidas natillas en los 4 cuencos.
Oh, now I have to read it. Oh, man. Lost the page here. Page 41. La Concha Beach, 1954. It was a Sunday for decisions. My mother would feed us lymph hydromel. My father would appear with cigar and visor in a short-sleeved shirt. I would suggest that we adventure beyond the 4 cups of café con leche. I would speak of other cities whose walls were seeded with logarithms and spirals climbing to the Muzin's perch, anywhere but here. And my father would suggest the emerald-colored beaches, and my mother would tremble with relief when the 2 of us finally left, father and boy stained in a flutter of gasoline and accelerations. 2 toots of the horn for a dawn and Sunday of impudent happiness without the women. Like real men, we would strip naked when we reached the cabanas, and while we digested our breakfasts at ease in the sun, my father would think about the lilac tree and the sweets that he stole as a child, his white Polish artilleryman's glove, and the caftan trimmed with polychrome arabesques for use on holidays, the frayed caftan for use on pilgrimage. We would swim for a while, then speak for a while of those internal prophets that might choose a child and teach him to become a teller of tales. And the boy would learn in an instant without faltering. My father would swim like a long-haired dog, and I saw that he blushed when he spoke of a girlfriend from Las Villas. He trembled, and we would change the subject to his nutria cap and the fiery war wagon. Nothing could stanch the flow of words now, and we shared a handful of mamoncillos beneath the shade of a frond. We would call the tamale vendor by name and thought of home. We could bring heaps of peanuts in paper cones. We could enter like 2 bursts of salt. And when we arrived, my mother gave me a kiss, which I gave to my father when he kissed my sister. We kissed the long, thin loaf at a table, and for a moment stuck our hands in our pockets for silence and 2 genuflections, proving that at that moment we were 4, the master and the water wheel. With the seer and the water wheel, they would not yet dig a space for the 4 of us into the earth. There was left to us earth and a calm breeze and sand in our mouths, stuffed with cinnamon, corn cakes, and splendid custards in the 4 bowls.
Okay.
No!
I'm going to read a few poems from Anima. This book was picked up recently by a lady of whom I know nothing, and she said, I don't know Spanish, but I have the English translation and wrote the translation to Russian. So she says no to that. And she disappeared for a year, and then she sends me a copy of my book in this strange language that, I don't recognize even my name. I'm looking for Jose, and I don't see Jose in there. It's such a strange feeling. And for the first time, I thought, I'm really a neo-Baroque poet, It's the kind of word of what appears in the book. And she was interested in my background, so she said, you say that your father came from a small village of Orthodox Jews between Ukraine and Poland, and it's called Shechanov. So I said, yes. Since I've been researching this village and I don't find it any place, and I kept on also looking for it until we both realized that they couldn't be found because the Nazis wiped out everyone, including all my uncles and my grandparents and my father's side, And, it was the Shivan. I'll read 2 poems from here and then I'll go home. Anima. En Ecbatana, el arco iris solo es visible en santidad. La floresta a mano derecha entre las ruinas se ha cuajado de asiano. En cada flor desaparece otra estrella, otro corpúsculo azul de Dios. Antares blanca, alfa del centauro negra, régulo púrpura, aldabarán azul, su azul aún no es verdadero, anaranjado Arturo, argenta Altair, Or, Vega. De Vega el azul en potencia es más intenso. Su corpúsculo ya estría el oro, ya se reconfigura a mano derecha en la floresta una última secuencia de asiano. El nombre de la estrella oscurece todavía uno de los apellidos de Beatriz, oscurece el lapislázuli retenido, la figura de Guadalupe encinta todavía. Desconoce la estatua de sal al fondo, la azul intensidad del corpúsculo en la mirada de Guadalupe guía mano derecha a la floresta, a mano izquierda al fondo, la sal se desmorona, la estatua fue reconocida. Un charco verdinegro refleja la intensidad bajo el sol del mediodía de un arrayán. Guíame, arrayán, a los campos de Asiano, guíame tras la columna de sal, el ojo lapislázuli de Guadalupe, a la esfera imperecedera de la estrella en ruinas, Beatriz ya en alto, a la izquierda, Guadalupe, a la derecha al fondo, guiadme del jaspe a la amatista, al pie del resplandor.
Anima. In Ecbatan, the rainbow can only be seen in a state of holiness. On the right-hand side, the wood with its ruins is covered in cornflowers. In each flower, one more star vanishes, one more blue corpuscle of God. Antares, white, Alpha Centauri, black, Regulus, crimson, Aldebaran, blue, its blue, not yet truly blue, orange, Ectorus, silver, Altair, gold, Vega. Vega's blue is more intense in potency. Already, its corpuscle marks streaks on gold. To the right, in the wood, already reconfigures the last patch of cornflowers. The star's name still conceals one of Beatrice's surnames, conceals lapis lazuli, held back. Guadalupe's pregnant figure. Even now, she doesn't notice the statue of Salt in the background. The corpuscle's blue intensity in Guadalupe's gaze leads toward the right-hand side of the word. On the left-hand side in the background, Salt is crumbling, the statue now recognized. A green-black pool reflects an intensity, a myrtle tree in midday sun. Guide me, myrtle tree, to fields of cornflowers, guide me. Past the pillar of salt to Guadalupe's lapis lazuli eye, to the ruined star's eternal sphere. Beatrice, now high above on the left, Guadalupe on the right in the background. Guide me from jasper to amethyst at the foot of the shining splendor.
Okay, and the last one would be a poem where the gesture becomes simply home. Home is her, home is Guadalupe. Our children are grown out on their own. And it's simply an eulogy of that space. Mi hogar es este espacio que media entre la coronilla y los pies. Es el hogar, la mano diestra de Guadalupe abierta ante mi atónita mirada, el brazo siniestro extendido a todo lo largo de su efímera corpulencia vegetativa, ganga, beta, el cardenillo cayendo de sus ojos, sarcos de sus axilas resplandecientes de rubio, pez, la voz de Guadalupe al llamarme a la mesa. ¿Qué otro hogar? Ni nación, ni votos, ni palcos, ni corros, ni pila bautismal o pila municipal, los pilares del mundo real son sus muros. Lava son del centro ígneo de los tiempos que corren, piedra caliza desmoronándose de sus cimientos a la visible cúpula, el viento orada a punto de caer. Estrépito del silencio, el hogar cuesta abajo, disolviéndose concéntrico, de círculo en su descenso mecánico, de fundamento de limo, hongos verdinegros, musgo enjaezado, un almirez de teca donde triturar los pavientos de conversación, más allá de nuestras implícitas presencias visibles, presentidas, ¿a dónde? A veces de cuerpo entero en una pared recién encalada, a veces formas desfiguradas en dirección contraria o entrecruzándose en los ejes de una sombra que proyecta la lámpara recién encendida. ¿Por cuál mano? ¿Qué brazo? Los tentáculos que uñas desgarraron la luz del techo. Sal, triturar unos dientes de ajo, mezclar la sal viva con la vivacidad del aceite de oliva, a punto de chisporrotear en una sartén de cobre de Santa Clara, envejecida, hogar, este cuerpo doble buscando el calor del abrazo en la sombra de una cerámica inamovible proyectada en el suelo del comedor, ardor, el cardenillo, al caer hormigas, comején, polillas, carcoma, el copullo visible toda la noche en el trigal, el copullo visible toda la noche en un campo enardecido de altas amapolas que ya alcanzaron la potestad de Jerusalén. Toda la noche la polilla circunscribiendo el pezón izquierdo de Guadalupe yacente a mi lado, el copullo jaraneando alrededor de un pezón, de su pezón derecho, vivos helechos mis dedos, retosando carcoma, cardenillo, orín entre sus pelambreras, y reímos a dos voces simultáneas, reímos reencontrados en el eje circular del agua que desciende de un círculo a otro por declives apenas perceptibles rumbo al hogar único de esta copa en alto vaciada, cuba vacía. La volcamos riendo, una patada desternillándonos se desprenden los ejes, duelas, flejes, vemos riendo irrumpir en un bosque torbellinos la huella.
Anima. My home is the space between the crown of my head and my feet. Home is Guadalupe's right hand open before my astonished gaze, her left arm fully extended, and her ephemeral corpulence, vegetative, base metal, veined rock, green rust falling from her eyes, light blue from her armpits, shining blonde fish. Guadalupe's voice calls to me, The table, what other home is there? Neither nation, nor votes, nor box seats, nor choirs, nor baptismal font, or public trough. The pillars of the world are her thighs, lava from rushing time's fiery core, limestone rock eroding from the foundations to the visible dome. The wind pits with holes on the verge of falling. A crash of silence, the home concentric, dissolving downhill from circle to circle in its mechanical astral descent to its base in slime. Green-black fungi, moss, harnessed, a mortar and pestle to grind every gesture of conversation that goes beyond our implied visible presences. Foreseen where? Sometimes full length on a recently whitewashed wall, sometimes shapes contorted in opposite directions or crossing each other on the axis of a shadow cast by the light switched on just now on the ceiling. What hand, what arm, what tentacles, what fingernails have torn the light apart? A claw. To grind a few cloves of garlic, to mix fresh salt with the liveliness of olive oil, till it all sizzles in an old copper frying pan from Santa Clara, home this double body, looking for the heat of an embrace in the shadow of motionless statue casts on the dining room floor. Glowing heat, green rust as it falls, ants, termites, moths, woodworm, a firefly visible all night among the wheat, visible in a burning field of poppies grown so tall they reach Jerusalem's power and might. The moth tracing circles all night round the left nipple of Guadalupe lying by my side. The tipsy firefly circling Guadalupe's right breast, living ferns, my fingers brushing woodworm, verdigris, rust, playfully among her pubic hair, and we laugh. Our two simultaneous voices laugh, re-met at the circular axis of water as it descends by barely perceptible falls from circle to circle towards the unique home of the glass, raised in cheers, emptied, barrel empty. We knock it over, laughing, with a kick splitting our sides. The axes give way, we watch, laughing, staves, hoops burst in a forest grove, whirls of energy, the trace left. José Kozer.